By show of hands, how many of you have ever thought about studying abroad? Today, I will talk about why you should take the opportunity to study abroad. According to the New York Times, making study abroad a part of a student's education is the most effective and accessible means for students to develop needed skills because it pushes a student to get out of their comfort zone, to experience another culture, language, environment, and education system. I personally studied abroad the spring of my junior year, which has helped me to realize how positive study abroad has impacted my life. Today, I will talk about how study abroad gives you career opportunities, lets you experience a new culture, and also enhances personal development. First, I will talk about how study abroad gives you access to more career opportunities. Study abroad opens the doors for a variety of work opportunities when arriving back into the United States. After studying abroad, you will arrive home with a new perspective on everything, including culture, language, skills, education, and an eagerness to learn. All of these qualities are extremely important to potential employers, which is why employees love to see study abroad on a resume. In addition to this, globalization is huge this day and age. And studying abroad allows you to stay connected and learn about the world that we are interconnected with. The U.S. government posted a statement saying, "Studying abroad is a critical component to deepening and broadening relationships with citizens overseas. Having experience in another part of the world is a maturing experience and allows us to demonstrate skills that are extremely attractive on a resume." Overall, studying abroad gives us the opportunity to look more appealing to potential employers due to the many skills that we learn while living in another country. In addition to expanding the career opportunities associated with studying abroad, this experience also allows us to take in a new culture. Next, I will talk about how studying abroad allows us to experience a new culture. While studying abroad, you have to learn how to adapt to a whole different way of life, which could be difficult at times. Arriving at a host location could be intimidating to some, but it immediately immerses you in a completely different way of life. According to internationalstudent.com, when you study abroad, you find incredible food, customs, traditions, and social atmospheres. This all requires time to adjust and adapt. And once you get adjusted to this sudden change, it allows you to have a better understanding, as well as an appreciation for this other culture. You will now have experienced a completely different way of life. When I was in Italy, I experienced many parts of their life that in America we don't incorporate. In America, it is very common to walk and eat, for example. And in Italy, this is not part of their culture. They value food a lot more than we do here, and they will never walk and eat. In addition to this, they had numerous cafes and shops that would open whenever they felt like opening. For example, if it was rainy day and they felt like the store was going to be slow or they wanted to sleep in even, they would open later. I have personally never heard of companies doing this in the United States. Overall, this all took some time to adjust to, but having the ability to adjust is what allows you to mature from this experience and also allows you to enjoy your time living in such a different environment. Being able to learn and engage in a new culture is not something you're able to do and learn in textbooks. Altogether, studying abroad gives you the chance to take in a new culture, which is not something that you can learn while sitting in a classroom. Not only does studying abroad let you to experience a new culture, but it also paves the way for personal development. Lastly, I'm going to discuss how studying abroad enhances personal development. Studying abroad allows you to grow personally because of the experiences encountered while going through it. Being all alone in another country is unlike any experience you've ever had before. It allows you to be independent in a way that you may have never known was possible. For example, for me, I always thought that I was independent as independent as I could be, living 3 hours away at school. You never really realize how independent you can be until you're put on a 12-hour plane ride away in a different time zone where you don't even speak the language. I learned so many things while being abroad, including how to adapt to a new culture, as well as how to book trips and travel around while also balancing my schoolwork. Internationalstudent.com states that it tests your ability to adapt to diverse situations while being able to problem solve. You are thrown into a situation that you never knew could happen. For example, when we were traveling in France, there was an airstrike that occurred that wasn't going to allow us to get back to Florence in time for classes on Monday. After the 6 a.m. email that we received, which canceled our 11 a.m. flight, we headed straight to the airport and figured out how we could get back with no extra charge. This was never something that I knew I could handle. And normally I'd be calling home and asking my mom what to do. But being in the middle of the night for her, I had to handle it all on my own and ended up succeeding. Studying abroad allows you to learn a whole new set of skills, which helps in order to develop you as a person. International travel takes you out of your comfort zone, tests your limits, and allows you to grow as a person. Overall, study abroad allows you to develop personally by testing your limits and throwing you into a whole new situation. Today, I talked about the career opportunities, the new culture experiences, and personal development that comes along with studying abroad. I hope that after hearing all of the benefits that come in hand with studying abroad, that you decide to raise your hand and consider traveling and living in another country at some point of your college experience.
Yay!
Excellent.
Rock star.